All right, everybody, welcome back to Oddly Satisfying, brought to you by our sponsor, the like button. You might find yourself oddly satisfied when you click on it down below the video. Let's start off with number 19, satisfying Jello that's too pretty to eat. I feel like I wouldn't be all that satisfied if I wasn't able to eat the Jello that I just made. But also, dude, when you see someone who's worked so hard on putting together some beautiful dessert item, you're like, I want to eat it, but I don't want to eat it because it's like, I'm ruining art. And you spent hours of time, dude, it's so cool when they put needles into Jello and they fill it with coloring and make the multi-layered thing. It's just like what they actually used to do in order to do animated movies and stuff. I went to Disney Studios once and they have this in the lobby where the camera is up here and then they have a bunch of different planes and different layers of the background are on different planes. So when they zoom in or they pan or something, they can do parallaxing, so all the different layers move in different ways. Anyway, it reminds me of Jello. Oh no, it's being destroyed. These pillows synchronized flipping in a dryer. Oh, it's two pillows, it's not just one. Looks like they're having a race, but one can't get in front of the other, and someone's coming up behind him wanting to pass, and neither of them will pull to the side and just let the person through, so they're really just frustrating whoever comes up behind him. That must have been going on for a while for someone to have the presence of mind to pull out their phone and be like, huh, that's kind of cool that my pillows they're kind of running around in the dryer. I guess I should pull out my phone. Yeah, they're still going. All right, cool. Let's take a video, post it on Reddit. Focaccia bread out of the oven per request. So we're just doing bacon here on this month's Oddly Satisfying, right? I mean, I'm perfectly fine with that. God, I love food. I need to go eat another brownie. Dude, I can't stop eating brownies. I got this tin of brownies for the holidays from my MCN, and then actually, oh my God, I can't stop eating them. There's so many. And I'm just calories. We can't stop it. I guess now is the time for calories. Holiday season, right? Well, I'm just alone throughout the holidays. I can just eat. The way that the person writes with their pen. Wow, you can write in so many different languages. How do you know how to do all of this? I don't know if they're like copying a reference image above, because how would you be able to keep all these different languages straight in your head? Do you work for the United Nations? That's the only thing that I can think of. United Nations has a handwriting delegate who's just really good at not only speaking every single language, but also being able to write them in a really pretty fashion. And you know, if they just presented this to every different country, world peace would be achieved, and that's their goal. Mother Nature slowly reclaiming the land, disappearing train tracks. That is pretty cool. I thought we were about to see a time lapse, and I was going to be like, man, how long you would have had to be dedicated in order to make a time lapse of train tracks like degrading and being swallowed back up by the earth. And this, eventually, whether it's in 1,000 years from now, 10,000 years, 1,000,000 years from now, all our human buildings maybe we'll look like that, or maybe we'll just be underwater in a sea of lava, nuclear winter, a whole bunch of different outcomes. This would be the best of them, though. So hopefully all our human buildings will look like that one day. Nice and green. That'd be good. Circular Loop by Dillbag Insta. Is it actually gonna be like a perfect loop? Is it gonna, are you gonna make it loop? I don't know how you'd make it loop, but that's really cool. How does it not run out of paint? Or is that actually like is that a pen? Is that just a really, really wide absolute unit of a pen? If I ever saw that in a store or an art store, I'd be like, what possible use could I have for this absolute unit of a pen? But somebody has found it. Pretty cool. Now it needs to play in reverse and then just keep going over and over, so it will literally be a loop of a loop. You know, title's got to be accurate. When your daughter accidentally breaks a mug symmetrically, it's more of a never tell me the odds moment right there. How did she possibly accomplish that? Are you sure that it wasn't just, you know, you took a tile saw or something like that, or a jigsaw, and you're just like, let me just cut this out, make it look like a craft, but actually we just engineered this photo perfectly for that Reddit karma. All right, some scientist out there, tell us the impact point. Somebody knows. Is it right here? I'm gonna guess the impact point was right here, and then it broke both those sides loose and other stuff. I don't know. Questions nobody cares enough to actually ask. I'm sorry. Did you turn on the AC? Yes. It's already at 4,500 RPM. This doesn't sound like a title for something oddly satisfying. This sounds like a title for, like, idiots in cars. I'm very concerned. I've seen a video like this before. I don't know if it's this one, but it's just gonna start spinning. It's only a matter of time until that thing gets absolutely ejected at Mach 2 into the driver's face. Honestly, it's even louder than the sound of the engine, which is really impressive. It's basically, this is, oh God, I'd be terrified to put my finger in there. You know how new car manufacturers are like adding in features where they pipe in exhaust noise through the speakers in the car? This is the low-tech version of that. Really great. Incredible work. Christmas themed cake. Is this actually like a, it's like a pottery wheel, but for cake? It's a cake wheel? Oh my God, I needed this when I was trying to do frosting on Nerdy Nummies. Rosanna, why don't you have a cake wheel? How much effort goes into making it look messy? It's like so well done, but it's supposed to look like it's just dripping, but you have to be really good at it to make, dude, it's so difficult to pipette frosting. If you haven't tried it firsthand before, you're probably, oh, it's not that difficult to just squeeze things out. It's so difficult to do it well. It looks so easy, but it's so hard. You know, like other sports and stuff, you look at it and you're like, yeah, they make it look easy, but you just know it's ridiculously difficult. This though, it looks like, oh, it's not that tough. No, it's so difficult to make it look nice. And it's really cool use of strawberries too. Rosanna, why didn't we use it? Or did we use a cake wheel? I can't remember. Anyway, it needs like a foot pedal. So I can just, do it like a pottery wheel. Hold down the foot pedal, have it spin, and then I'll get it, 100%. This cat smoothly getting down. Are you scared? This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Now the cat's like, attention, eyes up here. I'm about to do something awesome. All right, bet you can't do this, human. So why cats are gonna take over the world, because they can do things like this. It looks like it freezes for a second. Just the cat has stopped working, which is another subreddit we haven't visited in ages. And it's just, okay, I'm ready to resume now. I've downloaded my new update. This was the progress bar. We can keep going. This flower is just beautiful. It's a nice flower. I'll give you that. I bet it's got some Fibonacci going on in there. Honestly, they talked about Fibonacci in math class back in high school and stuff, and then tried to show examples of it with flowers, and I was always like, but it's not. I know it is a valid thing. I know that it really does reflect nature and stuff like that, but some of the examples that they used, I was just like, you're kind of forcing it to fit that number sequence. But, that's cool. I see it in the Nautilus shell, but they probably weren't using perfect examples of flowers and petals and stuff. This one, it's probably some real Fibonacci sequence going on right there. This is what they need to use in math class. The way the snow rolled down on my windshield, looks like a nice, tasty, rolled up pastry with nice white frosting. Tastes like cold water. I hope that this was before you drove away so that no ice chunks flew off the back of your car into the cars behind you. Or, just every morning when you wake up after it's snow, you gotta just roll the snow away, all right? And you put it back on at night. Just provide some extra insulation for the car so the temperature doesn't fluctuate that much. Shredded glow sticks. Oh my God. I feel like I've seen videos of people putting things in industrial shredders more and more. Like it's the new thing to do. Business expense it. Get that industrial shredder, throw things into it, views on views on views. God, it's so smart. Like, you don't have to be attached to it as a personality at all. It's just all you have to do is throw things into a shredder. You literally just destroy things and you get views. Why didn't I think of that before? I should have thought of it after hydraulic press. Mount Fuji looks awesome from this height. I'm super confused. How is the airplane staying still and Mount Fuji is not moving? There's some post-processing here. Just want to say, like, you can see where it repeats, but it's Did you catch this as your plane was falling out of the sky? Because there's nothing moving. How did you do this? Bro, it seriously looks like the Earth has just a big whitehead pimple. It's all that volcanoes really are, honestly. It's just like Earth pimples, right? And then you just, every now and again, they pop and they just spew some really toasty lava down. Sorry if you haven't thought about it like that before. It just ruined your image of volcanoes, but that's all they are. When constant winds and ice meet a fence. Wait, that's really cool. Like, the fence is just wiry up in the front, and then the rest of it is just, that's just ice. That, I guess, because this is taking out the wind resistance of that thin little bit, it's able to build up right behind it, whereas all the rest passes through because of the wind. Very, very slick. One day it will be tall and mighty enough to keep out the White Walkers. Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much anything was able to. I'm not going to spoil it. Just disappointment. Guy using a car as a sweeping brush. Nope, stop. I don't need this music here. Wait, he's literally just holding a car. Now you're just flexing. You're just showing off, okay? Nobody needs to use a car in order to wipe other things away. I bet it's like the fanciest car that he crushed that day, too. We just grab this gigantic piece of metal and use it to brush away all the debris. Now that's using the noggin right there. The car seemed kind of unnecessary. That thing seems much better suited for the job. I bet you, though, they take whatever is the most valuable car that was crushed that day, and they're like, I'm going to use it to sweep. Oh, the worst I've seen is I saw a Ferrari 458 on Instagram and a clip just getting crushed. I'm like, but why? What was the point of that? You didn't need to do that. Even if it was impounded and no one ever picked it up, couldn't you sell it at a police auction or something? Don't you have better things to do than crush the poor thing? Why would you do that? And then they probably used it as a sweeping brush. Oh, that video hurt. And the top for the last month. Does that paint roller have unlimited paint? Actually, wait, what? How do you paint a wall that quickly? Is he gonna paint the wall that quickly? Bro, I've been doing it wrong all along. How does he have this much paint on the paint roller? How is he gonna finish a wall that quickly? Doing like little minor touch-ups for holes in the wall. Granted, I had to be on a ladder and like move the ladder around and stuff, but it took me like a solid couple hours because I had to do a couple layers, cover multiple different spots. It's hard to see where I'd actually done it after I'd gone over the first layer to be able to know where to do the second coat. And this dude knocks it out in 30 seconds? I guess you always got to expect if someone's a professional and good at what they do, they're going to be like 100 times better at it than you are. And this... Where's all the paint? What? Seriously, though, where's the paint coming from? Does it have like paint in the handle and it just keeps coming out? It's like a pen, but it's a paint roller? Because that's wild. How did you manage that? Anyway, that's it for the last month of Oddly Satisfying. Make sure to like if you liked. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Hit the bell, even if you're already subbed. That way you can catch every video. Check the playlist if you want to catch more Oddly Satisfying, or you just click up here for the last Oddly Satisfying video, down below it for the latest Mayor music upload, and that's it. I'll see you next time.